country blue. Woody and Lou got the sports for you. From Boston streets to Kentucky's fields, get ready, folks, for the thrill it yields. Woody and Lou, sports and you, talking games, we love, it's true. Every play, every score, let's dive in, it's time for more. Lacing up the boots and calling plays, debates and laughs for all the days. From Fenway Park to Derby Run, sports talk magic just begun. Woody Lou, sports and you, sideline stories coming through. Every cheer, heartbeat soar, tune in now, we'll give you more. Celtics screams to Wildcats roar, touchdowns, goals, and so much more. Grab a seat, enjoy the ride, Woody Lou right by your side.
The views expressed by the hosts are their own and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Department of Defense, the U.S. government, or any of its agencies. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. No attorney-client relationship is formed by providing this information, and nothing herein should be relied upon as legal counsel. For legal advice specific to your situation, please consult a qualified attorney. Braxton, good evening. Episode 34, Woody Lou, Sports and You, back-to-back weeks. And I'm just going to control the narrative before we get into the topics of today's show. And this is an apology both to you, my co-host, and our award-winning listeners. I'm not bringing my A game tonight. It's not going to happen. I'm trying to be my normal chipper self. But no, I had a good night last night out with my cousin on Broadway, and I am hurting today.
Yeah, it can be a bullpen game, and I'm pretty sure last episode 33 was our longest episode to date. So we have to scale this one back to 45 minutes, and it'll all even itself out, and we'll still be where we need to be. So it's okay, Dan.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Let's just jump right in to the biggest topic, I think, in sports, the lead on our ticker topics, Tiger Woods' latest DUI.
Yeah, and what a way to also lead into the dodo of the week. You know, Tiger, man, and it all everything is just compounded on Tiger because he's due for one of these on a pretty consistent basis, about 3 to 5 year basis, or Tiger has to hit the news in a negative light.
It's like the Olympics.
Yeah,
every 4 years.
The World Baseball Classic. So, yeah, we were driving to Valdosta to pick up our new dog, and I'm driving, and Kaylee just says Tiger Woods was in a car crash, and I was like, "Oh no, that's not good." And she says he was in a rollover. And I said, "Please be sober." And then he's been arrested. I was like, he wasn't sober. Obviously, with none of the news, I didn't know anything about the breathalyzer or the refusals. So, but it's sad that the default was Tiger was probably doing something, and it's coming on the heels of the TGL final where he was part of the Team Jupiter, and him coming out saying that he's making efforts to be at Augusta playing. He for sure was on tap to show up to the Champions Dinner and at least be in Augusta and an active member of Masters weekend. So super unfortunate. And as someone who's trying to rehab backs and knees and all the elements he has, rolling over your Range Rover in Jupiter is not part of the protocol for a healthy rehabilitation.
Yeah, that's great recap. Some there was no alcohol detected. And yeah, he was arrested, suspicion DUI, and then refusal to submit to a lawfully requested breathalyzer and urine test. So I mean, it had to be some sort of cocktail of painkillers, and I think you can probably speak to that, having recently, had your own orthopedic surgery on your knee, and I'm sure I know like you're not supposed to operate anything while taking those. I don't really know like what did your doctor say?
Yeah, I mean when they told me I couldn't drive for 6 weeks, and I thought that was because I was having surgery on my driving leg.
Mm,
They said it was because of how long people are typically on the
got it.
painkiller. When he blew the triple zeros on the roadside test, I told Kaylee, I was like, I never thought it was alcohol, even though he
Right.
has done that before. But he is just on the craziest concoction of
Oh
like
yeah.
living in a constant medicated state. And if you watch the TGL um, championship, he was on there. And they have some video of him talking to the guys, and if you read between the lines and kind of know what behaviors to look for, I'm pretty sure he was kind of tooted out of his mind at that event as well. His bloodshot eyes does not help, and I think all speculation, but I would say he's probably on a mixture of downers and uppers to a degree because in my life I've been on muscle relaxers, Percocet, all prescribed. Um,
Yes, all prescribed. That's a great
but,
disclaimer.
but at no point when I was prescribed those medications and taking them, one, did I drive, but if I was to decide to get behind the wheel while I was on those medications, I don't think I would have been rolling over vehicles due to speed. I may have been the one getting hit because I was going too slow, but so I don't know. And when you think of a guy who's had as many surgeries as him and rehabs as much as him, I would hate to know the milligrams of whatever
Right.
was rolling through his body. And the pictures of him leaving the jail, and he looked like he was still like just out of his mind in the passenger or the back seat. So I don't know. I'm praying for Tiger because Tiger. The thing about Tiger is he's troubled like everybody is, and he makes mistakes like everyone does. And the thing that Tiger's had going for him is he's always been able to overcome, the worst of the scandals and the things. But he's getting to the age where his kid's about to be at Florida State. He's eligible for the senior tour. It's just not a time to be adding negative press for Tiger.
Yeah, I think he was, he's playing in TGL. He was going to play in the Masters. That was the plan. And he had filed paperwork for the U.S. Senior Open to start playing more events on the Champions Tour, which would be great because he can use a cart and can drive around. Doesn't have to be on his feet for 4 days. And
he doesn't need a golf cart. He doesn't need to be behind the wheel of anything. He'd have to sign a waiver.
I think someone would be driving for him. And it sounds like, I mean, I don't know what's going to his second DUI. Let's see. The first one was 2017, but that got knocked down to reckless driving.
Well, I saw, and this is ESPN reporting, and this was me like just staying up late at night because I had a dog howling. That maybe part of the Florida law where he did blow the triple zeros and denied the test, that there was a world where they just popped it as 2 misdemeanors and he would get out pretty scot-free depending on how they worked it. Not a lawyer.
I imagine that is what's going to happen. And I imagine Tiger has the best DUI lawyer in all of Florida. So
if I'm being fair, and I don't know if this is against UCMJ, it might be. But if I get roadside tested, if I like say, yeah, dude, I'll take your breathalyzer on the side of the road here, and I blow triple zeros, and then he says, I still want your blood and urine, I would probably say no too at that point. If I'm being honest, I would be like, no, I just like I'm. Now, hopefully, like I would be coming from a position of what I am sober and I do have the time to fight this. But I guess even in the inverse, if I wasn't, I would still be like, dude, I just gave you triple zeros. I know my eyes are as red as Sunday red, but you're not. I'm not.
That's pretty good.
I haven't had water in days. I'm all cotton mouth. You know, and when you take those painkillers, you're so cotton mouthed anyway. It's like, dude, I can't finish my thing.
Now, so I've never really been on painkillers, thank goodness. The only time was I got my wisdom teeth taken out when I was 18, the winter break of my freshman year of college. And my dad, he was like, "You get one." He gave me one Vicodin, and then he flushed the rest down the toilet. So I have no idea. Like, do you feel like you could drive or like operate a vehicle?
So on my muscle relaxers they give me for my back, I think they're like 10 milligrams. They don't make me loopy; they make me sleepy.
Okay.
Well, I can safely drive to the degree of like, am I tired? Does that make sense? Now, when I was in college and had kidney stones, they gave me Percocet that ended up getting stolen from my room.
Uh-oh.
But I think I'd only taken one when I was in class, and I don't know what happened in that class. And I can affirm that the last thing I needed to do when I took that one Percocet was get behind the wheel of the car. And I'm on a no Percocet profile. Where like, if they were going to give me Percocet for my knee, as much as I probably wanted it, I couldn't have taken it because I was with the dragon that one time I did take it prescribed.
Prescribed. That's a great disclaimer.
I don't want to look. I don't want to look that dragon in the eye again. It's probably not the best for my family or my own personal well-being.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm really careful with those, dude. That's bad where I'm from in Kentucky. You know, painkillers is the outside of meth and heroin. That's pretty much the taste of the town. So you gotta be careful with pills.
Now, did you see any of the footage of the rollover? Like, I'm trying to just figure out, like, it's a golf cart community, it seems like, in Jupiter. And the speed limit is probably like 15 miles an hour. And just trying to figure out how that happened.
I'm going off memory here. I think it was a truck hauling a trailer turning into a community, and he decides to, I guess the driver told the officers that he could see the Tiger's car like gaining speed on him as he was trying to turn. I don't know. You're right, because on Jupiter Island, like if there's a speed limit over 35, if I was going 30, sometimes I'm driving 35. I feel like I'm going 90, especially when you're in those like beach areas. So I don't know. It's not funny, but his car rolls over and all the pictures come out of him just like he's in his polo and his tucked into his golf shorts. He got his hand on his hip and he's on the phone.
Yeah, who do you think he's on the phone with?
Either attorney or agent. Has to be one of the two. And I'd say if you knowing Tiger, I feel like your agent probably also has a law background as well. At least I would advise you to have one like that. But
so what do you think is like what's next for Tiger? What does Tiger need to do?
I think the best thing for Tiger is he buries this. I don't care how much pain he's in, he still goes out and he makes a cut Masters weekend. And I think
that would be so sick.
Tiger's playing on Saturday in Augusta, then this all goes away. I mean, if I'm being honest,
that would be so awesome.
Because on Instagram now, Dan, I need to send these to you. I just assume that you see them. Like they'll do the, Instagram reels, will do the mashups, and there's one with like Tiger doing the field sobriety test. And the guy's like, "All right, I'm gonna have you start saying the alphabet from this letter to this letter." And he's like, "Okay." And he's like, "Can you repeat the instructions back to me?" He's like, "I will not sing the national anthem backwards." Then it just goes into a cut up of his highlights, and it's like you got to make the cut. And you make the cut, and then I'm sure the guy whose trailer he ran into is going to get a pretty good payout from Sunday Red and Tiger's PR team. So I think it'll all go under the rug.
Yeah, that would be incredible if he just goes out and makes the cut. And yeah, that would be fantastic. But I feel like, if the dude isn't like, because he just got another back surgery, he is the bionic man. And like the Achilles, if he's in like this much pain, it's like, hey man, you gotta like just take some time off from golf.
And money's a crazy thing, Dan. I told Kaylee, I was like, I can't fathom having Tiger Woods money. But if I had Tiger Woods money or even close to it, I'm not driving myself, especially if I've been convicted of DUI in my past at any point. Like I'm at that point, I am paying someone who their whole life is they're 24/7 on call. Or I have two guys who work in 12-hour shifts and they're on retainer. And when I need to go somewhere, they're there. I have my own personal Uber.
Yeah, I remember that was like day of on a PTI. Tony Kornheiser and Michael Wilbon, they were both like, how does he not have a driver? Especially after, like, I mean, the 27 DUI, the 2009 getting chased with a 9-iron and backing into a fire hydrant, and then when he almost died in LA that week, what weekend? I forget. That was the Genesis. It's like, how does he not have a professional driver? But I can see the flip side of it too, and it's kind of like, I don't know if you've ever had to take a license away from like a grandparent or like an elderly person. That's not a fun experience. And I think it's like an independence, freedom, like autonomy thing.
Well, I went through the emotional affair of I had to make the tough decision to break up with USA Insurance and move to Geico because I'd been with them too long. I felt like I was being overcharged. I would love to know what Tiger Woods' monthly, just auto insurance alone, what his rate's at. Like when he's calling Progressive to get a new rate, and they're like going through his history. Because I know for me, I was talking to Geico on the phone. They're like, "All right, can you explain to us in the last 5 years any traffic infractions?" And I knock on wood, I don't think I've been in any in the last 5 years. And I think Kaylee was in something small. And so anyway, I say that like one thing, and she's like, "Oh, actually, like 4 years ago, we have a ticket here for a stop sign getting ran." So like the stop sign getting ran was enough for them to probably charge me an extra $5 or $10. So like I don't know what Tiger's like rap sheet would look like talking to that insurance agent.
It's gotta be high.
And his cars are worth a lot more money than my cars.
The same.
Yeah.
Same. So I have Dodo Bird of the Week as, I guess, the last ticker topic, but I think it molds with the first ticker topic. And I mean, he's my Dodo.
Yeah, and we have to do the hat and logo ranking for the end of the show because producer Kaylee put out a thing on Instagram about guessing how many hats I own. And she is in the process of getting a final count because I have hats sewn out throughout the house. She said she sent it to me.
Yes, she did.
Oh, that's an alarming number, Dan.
It's an insane number.
And I know she didn't count the 4 hats I have behind me in this vanity. So I got
higher. It's even higher.
There's only one here. So you can add 1 to that number. That's not good.
Now, have you gotten more hats since like going just embracing the bald?
No. Well, and embracing the bald, like I don't, now there's nothing to hide.
Right. But I feel like you gotta be covered in the Savannah sun.
Yeah, like I'm not going to the beach without,
Right.
No, well, I did. I almost added a new hat to the Amazon part today, which I'll talk. I can talk more on that when we get to that topic. Yeah, hats are a problem.
Well, sounds like another problem we were talking pre-show is the newest member to the Lewis family, Smoke, and I want to hear all about Smoke.
So, I have 3 kids.
Yep.
youngest being 6 months old, and Kaylee grew up with a lab, and so anyway, these people that she knows had these 2 boys for sale, and one of them, like, he had been bought, and then the owners backed out, so he was still available. She starts showing them to me, and then she sends me the pictures, and then she shows the pictures to the girls, and then it goes from there.
Goes from there.
it goes to us driving to Valdosta, Georgia, to meet her parents to pick up Smoke, aka Smokey Bear, aka Smokey Bear Bryant, aka Smokey Bear Bryant Lewis.
No affiliation to University of Tennessee Volunteers.
No, that's why we had. Well, so the girls were set on calling him Smoke, and I told them because girls naturally. Well, I think anyone adds Y's to dogs' names. So if you say Smoke, you have to say Smokey Bear or Smokey Boy, and then to just do an additional separation, Smokey Bear Bryant. So anyway, we go and pick him up at a Chick-fil-A. He sleeps the whole 2-hour ride home. Is great. He's a kennel dog. He doesn't get on the couch. He's not a couch or bed dog. So that first night in the kennel, we had him in the bedroom, and we didn't get home and settled. It was midnight. Put him in the kennel. I'm laying in bed. He whines. He doesn't whine. He freaks out for 15 minutes.
Freaks out.
I get down with him. I give him the shirt that I'd worn that day. I had read that was a good thing to do. And then he stopped whining. He laid down. But he stopped whining and laid down whenever I laid on the ground with him. So I slept probably 30 minutes to an hour at a time, getting up and letting him out, laying on the ground Friday night. Last night, we decided we're going to not do that. I put him in the kennel in the living room, and I slept on the couch with him. Or I was on the couch, and he was in the kennel in the living room. I was up wide awake at 3 in the morning. I was up again wide awake at 5 in the morning.
So what's more difficult, a puppy or a newborn baby? You have had both in the past 6 months.
Saturday morning, I had to go to the office to get some tables for our yard sale, and I took Ronnie with me. So I had Ronnie and Smoke, and Ronnie might as well be a freaking basic training soldier because she now, I just feel like she's the most trained, locked in person ever as compared to the dog. I had him walk with me to throw some trash away this afternoon. Next thing you know, he's sprinting away from me. I can't run.
Yeah.
I'm trying to call Kaylee to come help because I can't run. He runs in the road.
Oh, no. At the brigade headquarters or your cough?
This is at my house.
Oh, your house.
So no, he's good. Like he sits and he's good. I'm tired, Dan.
Yeah.
And I told Kaylee, I was like, obviously I'm not breastfeeding this dog or anything, but
I would hope not.
I feel more connected to Kaylee because she's been the one feeding the babies at night while I'm sleeping. Because she's breastfeeding. No, I'm newborn tired. Gigi, our 6-month-old, I would have 20 more of her. She's more locked in than Smoke is, if we're being honest. But he's being a good boy right now. He's laying on his bed snoring. I don't know if you can hear him snoring.
Just gonna say, yeah, we got some chatter in the chat. Smokey Bear currently snoring, so that's good. He's probably gonna be up at 2:30 in the morning, but that's good. And then Miss Patsy, hello, Miss Patsy, saying we had a black lab when I was young. Deuce was a sweet, lovable dog. That's a great name for a dog. I like that.
I love how much this show has allowed me to learn more about my grandmother.
That's great. I love that I can do that for you.
So now me and Patsy have both had black labs, and her granddaughters, great granddaughters, will be able to share in the fact that they had black labs as adolescents.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're sending him to Statesboro as soon as he gets all his shots up to date. I've already found somewhere we can send him for 2 months for training. I told Kaylee he's going to vet this week for getting those shots all up in accordance with what they need to be in line with, and he's going. And that will be typically I'm pretty tight with money. I don't just take it. Here's everything I have. Take them.
That's smart. I think that's a good idea to get that done somewhere else by professionals.
Yeah, I don't have the time for it.
Or get some sleep. You'll get some sleep. That's good.
Yeah. Most people have 3 kids under 4 years old and rehabbing an ACL decide to get a black light. Dude, No,
It's
we love it.
ambitious.
Yeah, no,
Ambitious.
it's fine.
Smokey is an adorable dog.
Did you like the AI edit I did of him? Like you can make T-shirts with that. I don't know if you noticed that in the group chat I sent in the
AI
about,
edited.
yeah, I sent about 5 photos, and one of them I've AI edited where they added smoke to the background of his picture.
Oh, that's what that was?
Yeah, that was AI.
I didn't realize it was. Okay, I'm pulling him up right now. He's a cute dog.
He's a good one.
Oh, I didn't realize that was smoke. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty well done, Braxton. Yeah, I can tell you're proud of yourself using the AI.
Yeah, I just put a picture of him in there. I said add smoke and put his name on there. What can I say?
You're very proud of yourself. I can tell you're beaming. You're very proud of yourself for using the technology.
No, he sits and he's only like scratched. He's only like form tackled Ronnie Bell like 8 times.
She probably enjoys it though. I can see Ronnie absolutely loving a puppy.
So Elliot, like he listens to Elliot pretty good. I think Elliot set a tone when as soon as she met him at that Chick-fil-A, she picked up the biggest stick she could find and just like swamped him with it.
She asserted dominance.
Her dominance early, so and Elliot's the big sister, so she's like using her words like strongly and whatever. Ronnie Bell now, she's like one of the people where she's like an NBA player who wants to get in a fight, and they do their most mouthing as they're getting pulled back. Anyway, that's when they really start like blaring their mouth off. And now she just like she keeps him on his toes. Like earlier, he was just like scratching his like neck, and she was just like screaming, "No, no, no!" I was like, "Hey, he's just this is self care. This is allowed.
Yep.
This is preventable." But she's learning. But yeah, no, she was trying to pick up some baseballs in the backyard today, and she had her head towards the fence, and he just comes up from behind and just tackles her in the back. Her head hitting the fence.
Oh, good. Sure, probably loud screams and tears.
Well, she smoked her head, but she just complained that he bit her thumb, but he never bit her thumb at any point during the transaction. So I don't know if the head injury had her confused, but
poor girl.
Yeah.
I will say though, that's going to be 3 girls under 4. That's going to be one tough dog. He's going to take some abuse. Yeah,
but he's super gentle with.
That's good.
Knock on wood, especially with Gigi. So, yeah, no, he's a good boy. He's well demeanored for all things.
That's good. That's good. So again, you father of 3 under 4, just got a new puppy, recovering from ACL surgery. You decide to have a yard sale. I need to hear about this yard sale.
So, the thing about this yard sale is there's a post-wide yard sale, and Kaylee was the one on the yard sale. It shows you how far behind we were when the yard sale started at 8, and I was leaving the house at 7:30 to go get the tables that we needed for the yard sale. We get set up. I wasn't on my game, Dan. I did not. There's no signs.
Hey, you're hurt.
There was no pricing. I had no. I'm big on the price stickers, and the pricing is something that I care about.
Yeah. Whenever this isn't like a Goodwill, like a charity. Like this is a capitalistic endeavor.
Whenever I brought up the pricing sticker purchase, that I was like, "Hey, Kaylee, where's my like bright neon purple circles where I can write prices on?" She told me that she wasn't buying those. If I'm being honest, I don't know where to buy those. She does, and that's when I was out on the yard sale. I lost all interest, and she said, "You just let me handle it." And I said, "Okay."
Okay.
Poor weather for a yard sale, Dan. Overcast, wind was blaring at like 25 miles per hour. We had clothes going everywhere, and I knew things were bad. Where at one point, I had smoke, and Ronnie Bell brings me this boxed bubble machine. She says, "Can you open this for me, Daddy?" And I open it, and then Kaylee walks out and says, "We were selling that," and I was like, "This whole thing's in shambles."
Oh no!
I think.
Can you open this for me?
Money was good, Dan. I think we made $45, 10 of which was my mom buying some cooking thing that we were selling. So
were your parents there?
So they weren't there for the start, but as I called them, they were like, we should have came up to the yard sale. And I was
Because that was going to be my next question. If you brought in the Mad Hatter, the yard sale expert himself, future host of Yard Sale Rescue, did he shut it down?
He was not consulted, but he did show up towards the end. We were already cleaning up, and I'll say this: I don't know. It's not that we didn't have or we didn't make money that I'm upset about. It was the traffic. We had low traffic, Dan.
Well, your house is kind of it's a bit back. It's not like a thoroughfare. You're on a cul-de-sac, basically, dead end.
We had low traffic.
What'd you do for advertising?
Facebook.
Okay.
Kaylee's Facebook, the groups, but low traffic. And you get up to a point where you're offended they don't want your stuff, but I think they just weren't braving the weather to come check it out. But yeah, just low traffic, low deals. I think at one point I was inside with Smoke, and Ronnie Bell comes in with $3 and hands me $3. And then Kaylee says she was haggling with this older couple over a roof. And when they said, how much do you want for this? Ronnie Bell says $3. So she set the price. I think she may have undersold us a little bit. And here's one good one. The cooking thing that my mom actually bought for asking at 10. It was one of those leg croquets or something. I don't know what it's called, but good little thing, big thing. I don't know how big it was. Anyway, a woman said, how much for this? And Kaylee said 10. And she said, can you do better? And so Kaylee said like $7.50.
You were haggling with your mother?
No, this was with the person before my mom purchased it. And this woman says, I was thinking more like $3. And Kaylee said, no, like I'm not, this is an expensive, like super expensive cooking thing. And the one replied, well, I have something similar to this brand that I got at Walmart new for $25. When we told Mad Hatter the story, he was appalled that Kaylee's response wasn't, well, Walmart's open right now, so you better go on and get the car. And that's why you need the Mad Hatter there, because you don't know what you're going to get. He might give you something for free, or he might challenge you and tell you to go to the local provider of the dealer.
So we got our first comments from the Mad Hatter. Great to see Chris Lewis in the chat. He's saying he would have been Gordon Ramsay if he showed up. And RB is my next CEO of Yard Sale Rehab. That would be a fantastic show if we had the Mad Hatter and Ronnie Bell on Paramount, formerly Spike TV, just shutting down yard sales.
Well, I think Ronnie Bell would be the person who she goes in undercover. She's the undercover.
That's good. Yes. She does like the site survey beforehand.
She does the survey. She does the communication with the seller to see what we're working with. She has market reviews. So she probably knows like the market on most things. So it wasn't our best work. The last one we did, Dan, I think we made like $700. So profit was down.
When was that before you came a steward?
No, we did. This was a steward, Dan. This one was last summer, about last summer. Yeah. So it is what it is.
Well, this might be adding insult to injury. Your mother, my item is for sale online at $80 to $100. I got the deal of the day. How does that make you feel?
Well, the woman, not mad at my mom, mad at the woman who tried to go from $10 to $3. Like, what are we talking about, dude? Like, what are we talking about? Like, and I'm sick to my stomach considering the number of hats that we revealed at the end of the show that none of those were listed for sale.
Would those ever be put to sale?
I think after seeing that number, it might be time. It usually takes you like seeing the problem, like just like visualizing the problem.
Step one is acknowledging you have a problem.
There's more I want to buy though, because there's one that like I gotta buy.
Just have to have it.
Yeah.
So before I do want to discuss this because I'm excited for this topic. When you pitched it to me, I had to do some research. We got Mason McGregor in the chat. This is awesome. Trooper Mac, late to the party here. Tiger just drunk driving for the love of the game at this point. It's for sport.
Hey, Trooper Mac, we need you to pull some of your law enforcement Florida strings and get us like some exclusive body cam quicker than the rest of the pot. I would, Trooper Mac, imagine if you could have Woody Lou Sports and you break the exclusive body cam footage from the Tiger Woods arrest. That'd
That
be
would
big.
really help us with followers and monetizing our little hobby here.
That would be huge for the program, Trooper Mac.
Oh, that's good. Trooper Mac in the chat. It's been a minute.
Yeah,
Did he end up winning? Who? I don't even know who won the fantasy. Once I got bounced, I basically like the NCAA basketball tournament. I just did stop paying attention.
Trooper Mac should be relegated because I think he came in last place.
Did Serp win the whole thing?
No, I think Mason did.
Okay.
Because Mason illegally won because Trooper Mac gave him the trade of the century that I called him, and I called both parties, and at the time it reaped really well, and Mason had the futures on those guys, and it ended up being unfair for his team, or for the rest of the team.
I'm excited for. I've been pretty good regular season both years in the Lewis Fantasy Football League. I'm looking forward to next season. Maybe finally, bring home the championship and get my trophy 2 years later. You're staring intently into the camera, really close. Are you trying to read?
Yeah, I was reading the chat. My bad.
Oh, and you're gonna get a new hat. It sounds like from your mother, Miss Amy Lewis. I saw a hat today. I'm going to buy you, Braxton.
Well, if it's a Charleston River Dogs hat, make sure Dan, did I update you on the River Dogs hat?
Well, none of them fit you.
So you know how I said that you were there when I bought the
Yep.
Game Worn New Era, and it fit that night, and the next day it didn't fit at all, right?
Yep.
So my stock hat, fitted hat, my go-to my starting point is 7 3/8.
You got a cranium 7 3/8.
That's not crazy.
You got a big head.
Well, it gets worse. So one above 7 3/8 is 7.5. One above 7.5 is 7 5/8. I guess we drank a little too much at Moe's Crosstown because, Dan, the hat that I bought was a 7 5/8. That while I was on con leave, I finally just looked at it. I wanted to wear it. And I was just frustrated, and I looked and it said 7 5/8, and I was like, "How did I miss this for the whole last year?"
You spent a lot of time in that pro shop too.
God, I got to redeem myself.
So yeah, speaking of baseball, MLB opening day. This is something I wanted to talk about. Also, I haven't been able to watch the Red Sox, and I think you warned me about this because I am apparently in the market for the Cincinnati Reds. So even with the stupid amount of money I pay for MLB TV, so far I've only been able to listen to them on the radio.
Yeah, that's where they get you. Because in theory, you could VPN the Red Sox, which I don't guess you did if you got black.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is a problem that I easily could have fixed. I didn't feel like resetting the VPN location. I couldn't be bothered.
Well, let's say you live in Nashville, or really think about those people who live in Missouri or Iowa. So you live in Nashville, you want to watch the Red Sox, so you buy the MLB TV package, which for a crisp $150, you get to watch all the out-of-market games, which would be good for you because the Red Sox are clearly out of market. But now every time they play the Reds or the Cardinals or the Braves, you can't watch. And there's nothing you can do about it unless you spend an additional $100 for Braves TV, Reds TV, or Cardinals TV.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just baseball and Rob Manfred they're growing the game. So we appreciate that.
And opening day, Red Sox, great start, 3-0 win. Textbook, Garrett Crochet, he went 6 innings strong. Then the bullpen took over with a save by Aroldis Chapman. And I've talked myself into the Red Sox going 162-0. I thought that was possible after game one. 3 days later, they are 1-2 with this is going back to last season. I think the Red Sox led the league in 1-run losses, and now they have 2 losses, 1-run games. Went to extras on Saturday, and then they lost today. So hopefully, get back to Fenway, I think in a week, 2 weeks, and turn the ship around.
Yeah, and it's crazy. So the Reds opening day is always big, and you guys actually won the game that in theory would have been the most difficult to win, which was the Astros opening day in Cincinnati. Matt Jones was there. I wish you could have gone and interacted with him.
That would have been pretty funny.
From Cincinnati. Now I'm glad we're talking about opening day, and we're talking about the first pitch in Great American Ballpark, and we're not even going to acknowledge the abomination that was the Yankees Giants the night prior, live on Netflix.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me. I'm curious what your issue was. I didn't think it was that bad.
I thought the production was terrible. I don't like. Why are we driving 2 yellow cabs and a rail car to the dugouts and having the Yankees are walking out between yellow cabs. You got the Giants walking out of rail cars. You got Bert Kreitzer, whatever his name is, that he's not even a funny comedian, just yelling at the crowd.
Yeah, he takes his shirt off all the time.
No one wants that, man. I don't. And I just, the West Coast, I hated everything about it.
Great comment from the Mad Hatter. He thought old Bad Bunny was coming out again.
Oh gosh, didn't see Bad Bunny.
The Easter Bunny.
Did you see the dancers though? The dancers is the best part. You had like people gyrating next to the cab and the rail car as the players are walking out. It was just a whole thing.
I missed this part of it. I didn't see like the opening, like the lineups and coming out onto the base path. I saw the game. I watched the game.
Well, that set the tone for the game for me.
Okay.
I had to turn the volume off.
Well, that wasn't a Netflix thing. That was like a Giants production. Did you have issue with like the Netflix broadcast?
I wouldn't say that's a Giants production if they've got yellow dogs out there, yellow cabs. I think that's for Netflix. I don't think the Giants went out and got the comedian to yell.
You're probably right.
If it was the Giant, when the Giants do their 5th inning game, Netflix wasn't showing that. That's Giants. This was Netflix. Sorry, in my opinion, I don't know. I don't know how the Giants feel about Barry Bonds, but like having Barry Bonds on the pregame and. I don't know. I didn't like it, and I don't like Tony Vitello. Like I texted you this. Like this, he's in college baseball in 2 years tops. Maybe this next year he's back in college baseball.
Tennessee played at Vanderbilt this weekend. Those tickets were very expensive. I looked to go. The Tennessee's looking good.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, so. Talk about a real baseball team, the Atlanta Braves, 2-1, lost the get out of town game today to the Royals. We had the worst offense in America, and not from a talent standpoint. We have the worst approaches at the plate I've ever seen. Ronald Acuna Jr. is all hype. I'm selling stock in Acuna. Him and Michael Harris are out there wearing the party shirt, arm sleeves. They got the pink arm sleeves with the green armor and the yellow. None of it matches. And that's ruining baseball at the younger level, in my opinion. But be that as it may, the Braves, they got to figure it out. Dominic Smith, and me and my dad figured out who that was yesterday watching the game. It's the walk-off grand slam, which was great. The only reason he hit the walk-off grand slam is because me and Dad watched the whole game through 7 innings, and they left to the 8th inning, and we finally got it going. He was listening on the radio, and I was spoiling it to him over text. But
so, question: so how you guys are you splitting a Braves team? Was that able to work?
So good news, hilarious news. This is what happens to Lewis, man. Dad buys Braves TV. Says, hey, we can share the login. Doesn't matter because the day after he buys Braves TV strikes a deal with DirecTV where they'll air the games, and he has DirecTV, so he bought it for seemingly no reason.
He bought it for you.
So he said, "Here's your gift," and I said, "Thank you." So,
That's really nice.
but when he texted me, like when I saw the news and he texted me, I was pretty excited. It's really a priceless gift. I was so happy. So thank you, Matt Hatter. I
How
got
is
to use.
Braves TV?
It's fine. You just go on the MLB app and it just pops up. Yeah, I watched the game on it today, and it's still Brendan Gaudin and CJ on the call, so it's fine. Production value is fine. Score bug's weird. Um, That's fine. We're 2-1. It's all good.
I'm excited just to watch a baseball game because I haven't been able to watch the Red Sox, but it has been fun listening to them on the local radio call through Sirius. But I will say this: this is an enemy of mine. Are you familiar with Will Middlebrooks, former third baseman for the Boston Red Sox and the Milwaukee Brewers?
Married to Jenny Dale?
Yeah, I can't stand him. I don't think it's anything to do with his like color commentary. He's actually pretty good. Like he does prepare, but I don't want to listen to him. I do not want him on my airwaves. Combination between he did not live up to his potential, in my opinion, as a Red Sox player on the Red Sox. And then he married Jenny Dell, who is my favorite. And it just bothers me that this, like, he was top prospect in the Red Sox organization, but never lived up to the potential or the hype. And he marries the most beautiful sideline reporter and has a beautiful family with her. Congrats to you, Will Middlebrooks. I can't stand you. That's petty. That's petty. I know that's petty, but I don't care.
Well, yeah. I mean, the first thing that I said was he's married to Jenny Dell, so that's what he's known for.
I buried the lead.
Yeah, and I knew that's why you were going to be upset with him. But what radio? It's so intimate, man. It's so intimate, and it's good because even though I was spoiling it because I was ahead of the radio call, like Dad texted me. He goes, "It was a sonic boom," because that's what Brandon Ingram said on the call, and it was cool. So on MLB the app, in the mornings I watch the rundown, which has like the condensed version of all the games, and they usually do the local radio calls over it. So when he hit the walk off, I also got to hear the radio call where he calls it a sonic boom. And his mom had passed away like 13 days ago. He had been like Dominic Smith, the guy who hit the walk off. Mom just passed away from cancer. I think they said, because I watched a lot of spring training, never heard of the guy. He had been like released and like signed by like 6 different teams at spring training.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
He hits a walk-off grand slam. That's awesome.
In his first start for the Braves. So love that. Michael Yastrzemski, Yaz, is my favorite player. I'm buying all the stock in him. And I'll tell you why he's my favorite player. He wears Franklin batting gloves that are team-issued color. And when he gets to first base, he takes his batting gloves, he puts them in his back pocket. You know what's on his hands, Dan?
No mitt.
Just the skin that God gave him is on his hands when he's on the base path. And he's a hard-nosed ball player, and he's my favorite Brave.
He's from Massachusetts. He is a St. John's Prep graduate.
His dad played for the Red Sox.
His grandfather
played for the Red Sox.
Yep. Carl, yes, a legend of the game. We got some thoughts from Matt Hatter on Braves TV. He says clean broadcast, in his opinion. And then he asks, how can they turn a strikeout into a commercial for hot dogs? Amazes me.
He texted me this. He said he thinks the secret to being a premier play-by-play or like lead for a baseball radio call is the way that they intertwine ad reads.
Sure.
With the game.
Yeah.
It's not like a hard break. It's not like hey, I'm talking about the game. Now let's do this ad read. It's like as they're calling the game, they're working in ad reads, and that's a good call by Matt Hatter because that's very true. The way they do it so seamless.
Yes. I think that's what separates the greats from just your, run-of-the-mill color guy. Another piece that you texted me about this season is new is the ABS in challenges. So Braxton, what care to elaborate on what you were sending me?
So it's a cancer.
You did say that.
And here's what I'm upset about. So the ABS, you get 2 challenges, which it was really cool. The Braves ran out of their 2 challenges in the first inning yesterday, and this goes into real quick, just separate back to Ronald Acuna Jr. If you're hitting leadoff, right, and it's a 1-0 count, unless the pitch is in the dugout, why are you blowing a challenge on in a 1-0 count in bottom of the first?
Yep.
And he challenges a pitch that he was wrong. It was a strike. And like, it's just selfish approach. It's
a 1-0 count? How many outs?
He's a leadoff hitter, Dan.
Oh, so none.
None.
That's terrible.
What are we? That's just discipline, right?
That's terrible.
No. So what upsets me about ABS? If you're going to do ABS, I think I can live with you only get 2 challenges. But what also upsets me is now in baseball you can obviously challenge outs. I think those should be rolled up into ABS. Like, you only get.
Oh, so you get maybe like 3 total challenges.
You get 3 total challenges. You can challenge the ball strike or the safe out, but you only get 3. I think it should be 0 because these umpires are highly trained professionals for a reason. And the cool thing about baseball is it's always been a thing where, like, there's a human element. And, you know, that guy who threw the perfect game that wasn't a perfect game for the White Sox, Osvaldo, or I can't think of his name right now.
I'm blanking, but I know exactly. Yeah, that probably the worst call of all time at the worst possible moment.
But you don't remember that guy if he throws the perfect game. Right?
No, probably not.
I
mean, there's only been so many perfect games, but I can't name all 34 perfect game pitchers.
Like, so it's always been an element to it. And I'm not saying like that wouldn't be a good example of when you should challenge it, but it's just always been an element of the game that adds to the lore. I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's interesting too, like how, like at least like listening to the Red Sox broadcast, like who's allowed to do it, because it sounds like they gave Roman Anthony, like he is just known for having a great idea of what the strike zone is, and he has carte blanche. He can challenge whenever he wants, but it sounds like that's not the case for every player on the team, which makes sense.
On the Braves broadcast today, I think for them they're saying pitchers can't. So if we're on defense, only the catcher can challenge the ball.
And that makes sense. I mean, that makes sense to me because the catcher's in the best position to know like what's a strike and what's a ball. That makes sense.
Sure.
So should we get into really the main event of tonight is not only a ranking of hats and logos, but getting into your personal hat collection.
I hate to do this, but there's one more thing we got to talk about. And I was going to play this off with Jimmy Dale. We hadn't talked about the Braves yet. And I want to get you off here because I know you're hurt. Me and Kaylee just started Age of Attraction on Netflix.
Oh, you did mention this.
And so the premise of the show is you have, I don't know how many people. It looks like 20 of each sex. 20 guys, 20 girls. They're like in Banff, Canada, or somewhere in Canada. Not sure.
Sounds nice. I like that.
And I think it's like ages 20 to 60, probably 21 to 60. And you got to date everybody. They have like you have a daily schedule. Of
like speed dating. Like you rotate.
Speed dating. It's speed dating, rotate / like, hey, on Monday you're going whitewater rafting with these 12 people. Go mingle. And obviously you find your people throughout. So my question, and the only rule of the thing is you can't ask. So apparently, we only watched the first episode. It'll get to a point, kind of like Love is Blind, where, hey, I've picked Danielle.
Mm-hmm.
See what I did there? I've picked Danielle.
See what I did there?
Danielle has picked me as her guy. We go to the promise room. And in the promise room, there's rings. They didn't say engagement. They said promise. And then if Danielle accepts my promise to be a couple, the way they worded it, then we can disclose our age. And then I think that you get to watch the episodes where they go home, which is always the best part of these shows.
Yeah. That's the best part of Love is Blind when they go home.
And looking at the show right now, like and I told Kaylee she'd be so bad at this show because the way her mind works, like this guy could be telling her like, what his job is, what his home life was, and she would just be in her brain just overthinking how old he thought he was, which is all she's done this whole episode. Because she literally said, "Do you think they've released their ages online? Cause I want to guess all these."
Wait, so on the show, they don't even have like a ticker like on the
No, so
bottom.
it will just say Danielle,
Okay.
studio designer. It doesn't say their age, so you don't know.
Oh, I kind of like that. The viewer doesn't even know. That's well done.
So in the first episode, there is one woman. So there's like a couple. There's this one girl who it's like, dude, she could be 27 or she could be 37 based off her makeup and like Botox and like, her skincare. But most of them you can tell, like, hey, they're definitely 28 to 34, definitely 48 to 52. There's just one lady, Teresa, dude. Teresa is, I think 60 is the max. I'm gonna go. I don't know her age, but we'll follow up when I find out. Like, I'm going on record. Teresa is no younger than 56.
Okay. I've seen this. This has been recommended to me in my Netflix algorithm.
I'm putting Teresa in the 56 to 60 category, and it's so obvious. But she's an attractive 56-year-old, but like the guy she's talking to is like our age, or like probably you're older than me. Like honestly, probably my age.
Yeah.
I was telling Kaylee, I was like, dude, if they go to the promise room together, like guys only got 20 years, and of those 20 years, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, good show, and then
it's good. I'm gonna watch it. It's a good rec.
Producer Kaylee wants to know from Dan, if you made it to the promise room with somebody, what is the youngest age and what is the oldest age that they would tell you that you would be like, you would have to in your like soul be like, I'm sorry, you're too young or you're too old. And
I think I would go, depending on like on who it is. I think I would go like 21, 22. However, I went on a date with a 23-year-old once when I was like 30 something, and it didn't go well.
What are you now? 36?
37.
37. So so you're 37 now. You're saying 22 is the youngest?
Sure, but age-wise, I'm not saying. I don't think there probably wouldn't be many 22-year-olds. I would.
No. So in this scenario, you and this girl have had awesome dates. Like you're really into her when you. But I'm saying she says, "All right, Dan, I am this age," and you would be like, "Dude, you're so awesome, but I just can't." Like, what's that age for you?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like, I mean, I feel like it's for it like it's a cliche, but like older guy, younger girl, like that's all the time.
Okay, so you're pretty much 21 to 21's good for you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so what's the oldest? Like, she says, Daniel, I am this age, and you're like, oh gosh, I can't do it.
This one's tough. I'm 45.
Really?
I mean, it's only 9 years older than me.
So you wouldn't even flex for 46? Give her 10?
I could. Yeah, you could talk me into 40. 46, that's a max. 46 is the max.
By my math, you're giving 16 on the left side of this equation.
But you make a good point. On the other side, it's like, I also, like, the thing is, too, is like, I do want children, and that math comes into play.
Left side is more childbearing.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay. That's a good answer. That's an honest answer. I appreciate
It's an honest answer.
I'll tell you this, when you watch the show, there's very clearly a girl they're pushing on the first episode who I think is probably the youngest one on cast. And it is alarmingly clear that she is the youngest one cast.
Sure.
And not because of the way she looks, but because of the way she acts.
Yeah. That makes sense. She was a very nice, lovely young lady, but we had nothing in common.
Yeah.
23-year-old.
I told Kaylee, the girl, I think her name's Libby, the girl they're pushing. I was like, dude, she reminds me of Mackenzie, Kaylee's little sister. I think Mackenzie is, how old is she? 23, 24. So, like, how old am I? Must be 29. So I think for me, the youngest would have to be like a super mature 25-year-old. Is the absolute youngest for me.
But you wouldn't even like a mature 21, 22. There are mature 20. Well, Not many.
Well,
I
here's
take
the
that
thing.
back. I think there's not many mature 21, 22-year-olds.
I'm not saying that my sister-in-law is not mature for 23, 24, whatever age she is, but like even watching Libby, it's almost better than if you have like a camera, bird's eye view. It's just like the things they're laughing at, you're just like,
Okay, now it's been endorsed by you and producer Kaylee. I'm excited to watch this show.
I'm
Because
excited.
I was all psyched up for Taylor Fricky Paul's Bachelorette season.
This is what we got to pivot to. We're pivoting to age of attraction.
Okay, age of attraction.
As soon as I let you go and pop a liquid IV and go to bed, like I'm finishing episode 1. Let's go next time before I do anything else.
Perfect. I'm gonna do my taxes and I'm gonna watch. Yes, hey everyone, 15 April deadline. If you're deployed, there are exceptions to policy. Talk to your servicing legal advisor. They can help you out.
Oh my gooses.
Not a legal podcast.
So I texted you about the hat thing, and this wasn't because of really anything in particular. I was just thinking of something cool to talk about, and obviously I'm a hat guy, and I'll tease the number of hats I have for the end. So I wanted to know from you, and you gotta put logos on there. So I'll play ball, like top 5 baseball hats / logos of a baseball team, any era.
Yep.
That you wanted to, and we'll keep it in Woody Lou tradition where like we don't do. It's just this is the 5 our Mount Rushmore.
Not like strict 1 through no. We don't have like a podium gold medal. No.
I'll start.
I actually focused on the worst hats, but I do have my top 5 best hats.
Let's do a snake. I'll do one. You do one.
Okay.
I'm gonna save my favorite for last.
Okay. Are you doing the worst hats? Because I did worst hats as well.
I did. Well, I did best hats. If you want me to do best and you do worst, we can do that.
Well, I have my best too. Okay, we'll do best.
Okay, and I got some honorable mentions for worst.
And are you able to? You have like Google capabilities, because I want you to look at these worst hats. Okay.
Yeah, I can do it. So not first, just on my Mount Rushmore leading off, I have like the 96 to 6, 7 Diamondbacks.
Okay.
Black with the gold D.
Yep.
The purple and the turquoise accents.
Mm-hmm.
I think that has to be up there.
That's a good one. That was my little league team. We had that hat.
I was the Diamondbacks one year. Same.
Champions.
Before they went to the red was, I don't know why they went to the red.
You have my little league hat this was in 2002, 2003. It was the black with the gold D. That was our hat. Great hat.
Yeah. Same. Probably same year I was there. Yeah. A great hat. Okay.
So no particular order. I mean, this is going to be shocking to, I think, any of our listeners who know me, but I do have to say, just like the Yankees classic black NY it's just it's an iconic logo and hat.
Is their hat black or navy blue?
That's black. It's black. Black pinstripes. It's a black hat.
The Yankees are a black team?
The way that you phrased that did not come out how I think you intended. But
the Yankees aren't navy blue, Dan?
No, I'm fairly certain Yankees. Now you're like gaslighting me.
I need Mad Hatter in the comments right now.
Yankees.
Tell me the Yankees aren't navy blue.
Yankees black or blue? Okay, you're right. It's a midnight navy blue. Midnight navy. Sure.
You're a Red Sox fan, Daniel. How do you not know the colors of your rival?
Because it looks black.
It's like me saying the Louisville Cardinals are orange. They're red.
Whatever. It looks black to me.
Black pinstripes? We're not the white. We're talking about the White Sox? Are you a Cubs guy?
I do like the Cubs a lot.
Okay, so we're gonna go with the Berenstein Bears situation. We're gonna go with the navy blue. Yankees.
Yeah, the midnight navy blue.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, that's fair. And I'll bounce one right back at you. I'm gonna go with, I think it's navy blue. Boston Red Sox with the power B, the timeless B for the Red Sox. That's a hat you can wear in any situation. It's Kaylee's favorite casual hat to wear for a sports team.
And I don't know. So to me, I don't know what year this was, but this is like the throwback. I love the San Diego Padres with like the Friar, like with the bat, like holding it out. I love that hat.
So,
And it's like the white and brown. Is that on your worst list?
yes. But I got a weird one for you from one of my other tops.
Okay.
I really like the navy blue, the white S, orange D San Diego hat.
That's a good hat. That's a good hat.
I love that hat. So it's odd that I don't like the rebrand back to the Friars. I'm always like team like go to the throwbacks, but I don't like that brown yellow. I don't like that color scheme. If I'm being completely honest, and I think my dad would probably disown me for saying that.
Okay, back to me.
Back to you.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Orioles, but this is like the cartoon bird that was 1975 and then came back in 2012. Best move by the Orioles to go back with the cartoon bird.
I'm right there with you, Dan. But I like the cartoon bird, but the more formal bird I'm also a fan of. It's not on my top list, but
that's my 5 bottom. I hate that. I do not like that logo.
I like the formal bird. He's kind of like a show bird. He's like kind of prim and proper. He's like clean cut.
I don't like it.
Okay. No, but I'm there with you. I like the cartoon bird. He was there. You're taking on mine, so we have similar interests. I guess you didn't agree with me on the San Diego. So coming back to me, now this is kind of a weird one. And let me just go ahead and preface, like Atlanta Braves are clearly the best hat in baseball, the navy blue with the red bill. But not including them. I really like the Twins, the TC. I think it was the white T and the red C, or maybe inverse, maybe on the navy blue.
Okay.
I don't know why I like the Twin City hat. I really just I think it's clean. Maybe going off the Red Sox and the Braves, I do like a clean letter set. Maybe not on a lot of people's list, but I do like that.
I like that. That's a good pick. My next pick, I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Brewers, like the mitt, the M, from 1978 to 1993.
Oh, it's on my bottom, Dan.
We have different tastes.
You know what my next hat was for my favorite? The Milwaukee, the M with the barley, the wheat.
No, that was on my bottom. I don't like that hat.
I love that hat. I love that.
So how many do we have? 2 each that are top and like opposites.
So there's 2 hats that I want to add to Kaylee's Amazon cart for her to buy for me, and that's one of them is the Milwaukee M. So much so that we were listening to the Whiskey Highway Happy Hour on XM 56, and I told Kaylee, I know it's not sexy, but I would love like a 4-day trip to Milwaukee, and I want to go to a game, and I want to wear that hat, and I want to drink Miller Lite and spend a weekend in Milwaukee.
I think it'd be fun. Yeah, that'd be a good time. Okay, and that was. So you did 5, right? We're at 5, number 5.
Well, I got my favorite coming up next. Yes.
Oh, okay. So my last one in the top 5, I'm gonna go with the California Angels, like the CA.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't hate it. I don't like any. I definitely don't like the new Angels hats.
No. I don't like that A.
Oh, dude, I have another one. I'll save my honorable mention for last. I'm gonna go honorable mention. Then
Okay.
I'll go my favorite. Honorable mention, and I don't know if this counts, but I'm going Expos.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Miss Patsy. That's a good one. I like the Expos a lot.
I'm talking blue bill,
Yep.
white red with the M. That's a good hat.
That's a clean logo. That is a good one. I think like they have Vladdy Guerrero.
I can't believe we let all those things happen and the Expos leave Montreal, dude. Because I prefer Montreal over Toronto. Anyway,
You ready for
Okay.
worst hat? My worst hats.
Let me give you my favorite, and I'll let you go with all
Okay,
three.
favorite. Okay.
Now, I didn't even set this up on purpose because I didn't know they were doing this for all their Sunday home games. The Marlins are going in with their throwbacks, and they're going back to being the Florida Marlins on Sundays at home. So the black F with the old Marlin.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I got in a Twitter war with a guy today on Woody Lou Sports and You on X, and I responded and I said they desperately need to go back to
Yep.
like because the Marlins have been in a crisis. They went the last time they were good. That's what they were wearing, the turquoise blue with the pinstripe. And you remember like in 2012, 2013, they went to. I have this hat. I have a picture with Kaylee, my beautiful bride, at a high school football game wearing this hat. It has like the black bill, black back, white with like the orange and yellow and like blue.
Yeah.
So they went through that for like what 3 years or so, and then they went to kind of where they're at now. But I told the guy, he's like, this guy responded to my tweet and said, "It would be pretty hard to do that considering they're not the Florida Marlins anymore. They're the Miami Marlins." And I said, "Here's a thought: use the equivalent font, trade the F for an M, use the same Marlins in the F.
That's a good
Just
thought.
change the order. What are we talking about?" So yeah, I think that's the best hat, and that's the second
That
hat
is
that
a
I want
good one. That's a good one.
to have Kaylee give me.
Okay. So I'd spent a lot more time on my least favorite hats.
Okay.
Okay. This is the 1995 World Series Indians hat. Chief Wahoo with all red. It's terrible.
Oh, dude, why did I should have had? That's a good hat though. The navy blue Chief Wahoo's a good hat.
Yes, navy blue,
You
but it's the Chief Wahoo on all red it's a terrible hat.
I'm pulling it up now. Chief Wahoo, he got canceled for what he was. He came a long way. If you want to look up old pictures of Chief Wahoo.
I mean, Major League is one of my favorite movies with Charlie Sheen.
Yes. The all red's not a good look.
Okay. My next, I can't stand the real, like the bird Oriole, like the actual like bird. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Disagree, but I respect it.
Then I already talked about the M with the barley. Not a fan.
That was one of your least favorite.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's one of my. Dude, that's one of my. That's like a top. That's like number 2 behind the Florida Marlin hat.
Next is Mariners. This is the yellow trident, like it's down like that, like
terrible.
blue background. I don't like that hat at all.
Oh, it's terrible.
Okay.
I don't. The Mariners have never done anything that's like Ichiro's the only thing they had that made them, to me, even worth knowing existed.
I think the trident like could be cool, but it looks so bad. This is like
Yeah, it shouldn't be down, right? Shouldn't be
it's an M. It's for Mariners.
Yeah,
like,
but I feel it.
Oh man, you brought up the Miami Marlins. They have some bad. I don't like that black with the M. That's not a good hat.
I wish I still had that hat. I don't know if Kaylee found that one or if that one's been thrown away, but I wore that like my junior year of high school pretty consistently.
Okay, next is I'm blanking. This was like Roger Clemens era, like 05 Astros. It's like that disgusting orange with like the star logo.
And it's a shame though, because when the Astros back in the day when they still had the hump out in center field, was it Minute Maid or is it Minute Maid now?
Minute Maid, yep.
And they had the Craig
sorry, we got some chatter in the chat that I was laughing about.
What we got?
Let's see. Yankees are for sure blue. Yep, hand up. Navy blue. Yep, Dan's still recovering from Mad Hatter. Kaylee saying the Red Sox hat is her all-time fave. It's a great hat. From Mad Hatter, top besides Atlanta, Mariners hat that has the M with pitchforks. So he says this before we got into the trident powder blue with blue Cub Bear for the Cubs. He says horrible take on the Mariners hat.
Now, the deep maroon
Phillies hat, worn P. That's a clean hat. That's a clean hat.
I don't like anything Phillies. I got another honorable mention that we completely skipped over. Devil Rays hat. with the Devil Ray.
The original, like when the Rays first came into the league in '97. That's a good one.
That's a good hat.
I mean, we could go on forever with hats. It's a great topic. I have to go to the bathroom, Braxton, so I think we might wrap up the show. But if you want to give your number of hats, and we'll close with that for people to ponder.
So, and this is an asterisk, not because it could be less, it could be higher, but confirmed hats on hand in my house right now is 83.
83 hats, ladies and gentlemen,
Should
for
I
your
guess
host,
what that would be,
Braxton Lou Lewis. Oh my goodness. Well, Braxton, I know this is an abrupt end. Super fun. We'll let the chat and the comment get into your 83 hats. But thank you. As the show went on, I felt better. And to our award-winning listeners, as always, we appreciate and we love you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, download, and share. Braxton, do you have any final thoughts?
No, I'm good, Dan. Great show. I hope you feel better, buddy.
I appreciate it. And everyone, we'll let you know about the next time we're going live. But next Sunday is Easter Sunday. So have a great week. And yes, you got a point. Yes, Braxton.
No, the resurrection. I was pointing out for.
Oh, there you go.
I'm sorry.
Yes. So everyone have a great Easter and a great week. Thanks so much.